Well, welcome everybody to Stanley Town Council, to the members of the Finance and General Purpose Committee. The first agenda item is to elect a chair and deputy chair. So if we could do the first item and then I can hand over to the elected chair for this meeting. First proposal.
I nominate Councillor Helen Clark.
Helen Clark, is there anybody to second that?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Right. I'll welcome Helen to be chair. I'm going to ask what seats to do this.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for putting me in the seat of the chair for the Finance and General Purposes. Just before we get started with the meeting, just a bit of housekeeping. If anybody has their phones, can they make sure that they're on silent, please? If I don't think we've got any planned fire bells or anything this evening, so if the fire bell does go out, we need to make our way out to the nearest fire exit. Okay. And going forward, we now need to appoint the deputy chair, please. Anybody?
Can I nominate Councillor Terry to be deputy chair?
Yeah, can I have a second?
I'll second that, yeah.
Everybody okay with that? So we can now move on to apologies for absence.
We've got Les Timby, who is the work and children.
Is everybody happy to accept those?
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't have any announcements at the moment, so I haven't got anything to say. I don't know whether what chief officer has anything, or finance officer at this point.
Don't know about now, thank you.
Okay, we move on to public participation. I would like to welcome the members of the public that we have this evening. Thank you for coming. Do we have any questions or? I have 3 questions.
Item 3.
Oh, sorry. I've missed item 3. Oh, sorry, yes, I have. Apologies for that. Declarations of interest. Must apologise. Does anybody have any declarations of interest this evening? Now we'll move on to public participation. Do we have any questions, or does anybody want to ask anything from the floor? No? We'll move on to item 6, which are accounts for payment and bank reconciliation. Does anybody have any questions or queries regarding any of these? We'll obviously take A to C to begin with, which are the March receipts. The reason the March ones are here this evening, obviously we have done our year end, just to make everything clear and transparent. We have the March ones on this evening's agenda, just in case anybody had any questions.
So Chair, can I just move that we accept March's?
Okay, James has kindly put those forward. Could you have a second for those, please? And is everybody else just to continue show of hands, or do you just need everybody to be happy to agree with those? Yeah. So if you move on to the April ones, it's the same. Does anybody have any questions or queries on those? Any questions?
No. Can I just move again that we accept and note the reconciliation, please?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Do I have a second for that? Thank you. So if everybody's happy with those, we can move on. And now move to item 7, which is the internal audit. Your attachments G, obviously the committee is required to receive and recommend acceptance of the full council and annual internal audit. Anybody have any questions? Are we happy to receive and go for the recommendation of accepting those? Anybody willing to put those forward?
I'll put those forward then.
Anybody with the second those?
I'll second them.
And then we move on to the audit plan, which is attachment H, and the 3-year plan for 2025 through to 2028, attachment I. Obviously, the committee is recommended to consider the audit plan covering the annual and 3-year plan and outlining the committee's recommendations to approve the full council. Anybody have any questions or queries that you would like to make for those? Do we need a proposal, or can we just accept those? We can just accept those. Is everybody happy to accept those?
Yeah.
Do you have a question, Joan?
No, it's not a question. It was just to say that it's good practice, to look at a 3-year plan. So therefore, that's the reason, this town council needs a good 3-year plan, so we know the road we're going down and we know what we're going to do. And can I just thank, Anne and the auditors for putting together what we put together. Thank you.
So is everybody happy to go with that recommendation?
Yeah.
So obviously we're now at the end, which is the date and time and venue for the next meeting, which is Tuesday the 8th of July at 6:30, again in the greenhouse. We now move on to exclusion of press and public. The Public Bodies Act, obviously of 1960, the public and representatives of the press and broadcast media are excluded from the next part of the meeting during consideration of the following items of business to be undertaken. Everybody okay with that? So if we can ask Carl to leave